look.
Well. Look what the cat dragged in. Jose and Chris are back. The Heron Heads are fully back now. And Inter Miami is back after coming back all the way against Orlando City.
It's a lot of backs.
That's a lot of backs. But yeah, welcome to the Heron Heads podcast. My name is Julio, and I'm joined today by my friends and fellow Inter Miami fans, Dave, Jose, and Chris. And on behalf of the guys, we want to thank you for joining us on the Heron Heads podcast, your first stop for all things Inter Miami. This is your first time stopping by, or if you are returning, please hit the like and subscribe buttons if you're watching on YouTube. For those of you on audio, drop us a rating and check out the description where we have lots of cool things like our Discord server, which was popping off today during the game. And other cool stuff. Merch store, Patreon. Shout out to Chow, Mighty V, and Dragon Lord, our chief Heron Heads. But check out Patreon for some fun ways to support us. And let's get into this fun game. I'm more excited today than last week. When last week we got thrashed by LAFC, but we don't know
because
that anymore.
Jose and myself are back.
Yes,
Jose and I are here.
We missed you. The liveliness that you guys bring.
Well, it helps when you come back from 2-0, right? Like ultimately, we weren't very thrilled. There's nothing we could have done last week to have a very happy show. But yeah, Maquerano, I don't know what to tell you. This guy just drew it just like how he drew it up. You know what I mean? Exactly how he drew it up.
Let me tell you, it wasn't fun in the beginning. I thought it was another lonely losing week. I wrote in the chat in our Discord 3 rough halves to start the season. It's not good. It's not what we want to see. And then all of a sudden, like Jose said, Mascherano makes this change, and Jose puts in a live bet, and all of a sudden things change. All of a sudden things change, and it was a good change. And we saw fireworks, and it couldn't have been against a better team than against Orlando, because man, did they talk so much crap, chanting F Miami and Messi overrated, all this BS. And Messi had a brace. I mean, what better way to just shut them up? To be fair, they were still chanting when they were losing, but what better way to shut them up than to bring out a right?
They never shut them up, I don't think.
I don't think so.
Ultimately,
right now. But man,
they're crazy people over there. I don't like. There's like Messi had just scored the equalizer, and they're chanting overrated at him. I don't understand them. Whatever. That's why they named their stadium after us. You know, like it makes sense. It makes sense. No, I mean, yeah, we had that fear. Like everybody was like panicking after that first match, and then you get the first half today, and you're like, we're never gonna score another goal again. And then then just beat the brakes off of them in the second half. And kudos to Mascherano for making that adjustment that he did. I was kind of worried when he took Noah Allen off for Silvetti. I'm like, I understand putting in another attacker, but I thought that was a weird shift. And even it looked like it took a while for that formation to kind of take hold and for the players to feel comfortable. But man, Silvetti immediately made him pay, and you just love to see that. So kudos to Mascherano for making the necessary change. And now I think the next thing we're looking forward is him to have the right people from the start so that we're not having to go on 4-0 runs in the second half.
Yeah, agreed.
I mean, ultimately, some people say that it was Maquerano that with those tactics at halftime. But I think that Julio and I thinking about, hey, this is a good live bet opportunity. I think that's actually what might have turned the game around.
I mean, how could you not? We were due. But honestly, we dominated large portions of that first half, and they showed even the XG at the start of the second half or towards the end of the first half, and we vastly outdid what Orlando City was doing as far as the quality of the chances that we created. Orlando just capitalized. They had 2 shots on goal and 2 goals. The first of which St. Clair probably should have saved. He gets a hand to it, just not strong enough. The second, he didn't really have an opportunity to get the save because our defense really just allowed Orlando City to have like a full ballroom dance in our penalty box. and it was just too far off for him to even get to. But he definitely should have gotten. Sorry, Inter Miami were unfortunate not to have gotten on the board in the first half because they had some really, really good opportunities. I wouldn't say like grade A, but there were some good chances. And we saw
8 shots to 2 shots by the end of the half, which
we saw waves in the second half. Like it looked great in the second half, and even in the first half to some extent. Obviously, you just don't want to allow two silly goals with a cheap giveaway and really poor defending. But Inter Miami dominated this game, in my opinion.
Yep, I agree. And something that Jose said is that going forward, are we going to see the right lineups being made? Because man, Betty, when he came in, he just gave the spark that we needed. It was a good call. You got Noah Allen off. He wasn't playing great. I don't want to see him out there left back. Unfortunately, because of injuries and all of that, we have to see him out there. We surely miss Alba. It's obvious.
Big time.
So it was a good call to bring him out, to take Noah Allen out, go with the back three. Bright was helping a little bit in the center back, but Betty was the game changer in my opinion. He gave that spark, and the offense just took off completely. We never looked back, to be honest. We never looked back. It just kept getting better and better as the game went on, and he brings this, like, I don't know, man, this calmness to that left wing position, and he's young, but you could tell he knows what he's doing out there, and we've seen it time and time again. So going forward, Mascherano needs to start this kid. Why is he not starting today? It doesn't make any sense. So hopefully he learns, and we saw what he could do towards the end of last season during the playoffs, and now we saw what he could do today when he came in. Immediate impact.
Yeah.
So it's awesome, man. I love that kid.
He started last week, so it's not like he hasn't been starting. So he did start last week. And this one, I mean, and honestly, Allende came off the bench last week and he looked pretty good. So I can see them just going with a little bit of a rotation there, but it was cool to see both of them on the pitch at the same time. Like it's not a 1-for-1. Like you have to take one off to see the other one on. I like that they're both on there. I think we need to find a way to keep doing that. I don't know how I feel about Segovia on the wing as much. And it was interesting to see that Mikael, when they did change the formation, he was kind of the wide center back, which I don't think that's really what he's known for being able to really push up the ball. But I thought he handled himself pretty well. He looked agile out there. I was actually impressed with his movement skills. So no, it's nice to have some of those pieces. And I think that a lot of the lapses that we see on defense is just a matter of these guys not gelling yet and not really understanding what everybody's doing. Like you see, I think Rodrigo de Paul is really stepping into that leadership role left by that void left by Busquets, and his leadership style is different. It's obviously different where he is just getting in these guys' grill and just letting them have it in the middle of the game. We saw it last week with him and Ian Frey, and this week he was just giving it to the center backs quite a bit. And even Messi at one point had to tell him to cool it. Like you have to let these guys find their groove. But no, I mean everybody has a little bit of a new role to kind of take, except for Messi. His role hasn't changed. And it's just a matter of everybody gelling. And I'm not too worried. I mean, games like today show us why we shouldn't be too worried. But yeah, everybody needs time to really fit their new roles.
And that makes sense, right? We're a younger team. I think ultimately, I think it could be better than last year. Actually, we had some really bad stretches last year. We don't remember it so much because we did have some nice moments. But I'm hoping that as the season wears on, I'm thinking we can actually get better and better. Just because having such a young team, you're having these new pieces where we've been blessed with watching Boosie in the middle for the last few years, and then we've also had Alba at that left back position. That's a huge loss, guys. Like, these two spots, we're gonna have to figure out how to move around and just gel. And it was cool to see the movement inside the box today when we had that was, I think it was the Messi goal, where just like, it was like I don't even know what was happening. Honestly, I don't even know what was happening. People just kept going right, left until
It was a
eventually
cluster. It was a
I-
cluster, and I thought this whole time, I was like, there's no
Yeah.
way that they're getting a shot off here that's gonna actually reach the goal. And then
Oh,
of course Messi just takes it off of Segovia and just pounds it in the back.
Yeah, I thought the ball was just gonna get lost somewhere and just
I was gonna
dribble
take a
out, but
bad ricochet. I'm like, oh
yeah,
well, but Messi baby.
Messi magic, man.
yes, and I think as the season goes on, we're gonna see more of that. Look, like you're talking about, Dave, about Allende. Hopefully that they're gonna mix it up and just put them all in and different times. Betty, I love that, right? Because I remember that there's been times last year, or the year before, I think more so the year before, that we were just killed with having no depth and just getting wrecked with just lack of depth. I don't think that's going to be an issue this year. I think we've got some good pieces that as the season wears on, I think it'll get better and better.
Yeah, I do agree with you that there's the drop off isn't there as much as it's been in years past. And like they were saying, if they
And
needed to
left back,
bring in
yes, and
if
left
they
back,
needed to bring in a center back, Ian Frey can play center back and play it quite well. Noah Allen, once we get, I think Ayala is he's a right back, right? No, he's an attacking mid.
Ayala's our midfielder. Yeah,
No, once we get Sergio Reguilon back,
Reguilon.
then again you have Noah Allen who can fit in the center as well. Like you have all kinds of versatility, and you're not dropping off tremendously with your replacements, and that's nice. But yeah, having that Silvetti and Allende capability to both apply pressure from the wings, that opens it up for Messi, and theoretically for Berterame, it's just a matter of him finding his legs here, because you can tell he hasn't quite like, and you saw it with Mikael too. At one point, he left the ball for Silvetti, and Silvetti just watched
Yeah.
it slowly roll out of bounds. Like these guys just haven't figured it out yet, but it's gonna get better. It is gonna get better.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about the Birdie situation. It seems like he's still kind of getting into the flow of things, but it's early. He's new on this team. It's a lot of moving pieces, and I think he'll be fine. You see the flashes here and there. You do see the duds every now and then, but you do see the flashes that play that he made the defender kind of just whiff right by him to turn around and eventually get, I think it was a Segovia goal, right?
Yeah.
That was beautiful in itself. I mean, that was great movement, great footwork, and obviously made the right choice, the right pass. So he has it in him. They're not paying him $15 million for no reason. So I'm not too worried right now. It's only the second game. I think he'll get his coming soon.
Now, if he doesn't score next game, I'm out. This guy sucks. Waste of money.
I'm a little worried, Chris. I'm not now worried. I'm a little worried. I'm like, hey,
I'm not worried. It's good. It's all right. It's early. We've seen it. We've seen it multiple years already with Messi here. Obviously, before Messi, those were some dark days. But since Messi's been here, we have a slow start. Obviously, we want to focus on CONCACAF right now. We need to get hot early, but I'm not too worried. It's been a slow start of the year.
And it's tough. This year's a little different. We have so many away games to start the season.
Yeah.
You don't really get that home boost that you typically get throughout the year. We have to really have that backloaded. So it's gonna be interesting with so many away games at the start of it, but gotta hope for the best.
And that's what makes these points all the more valuable, is getting these away points when we know the second half of the season is going to be more backloaded with home matches. So it's nice getting our first ever win in Orlando, which
bonkers.
It's Messi's first time playing in Orlando, right? It was Messi's first time in that stadium?
I think it was. I think this is the first time in 2 years. I think he might have played there once before. No?
I mean, well, according to the broadcast, they said that it was the first time that he plays there.
Yeah. I think he's slighted them by not even traveling a couple times.
Or going and just going to Disney World instead.
Exactly. He's like, if I'm going to go to Orlando, I'm not going to go to this stupid stadium. I'm going to go watch Mickey Mouse.
But Chris, I got to say about Birdie, like leading up to the play that he made, he saves the ball from going out. Like he heads it to Silvetti to keep it in play, which that alone, I was already like, oh, that's a good play. Like I can work with that sort of deal. And then he makes the play that you mentioned, that he like spins the defender and then passes it across the box. Yeah, I mean, I'm dying for him to get going. It's just, we need a strike. Like Suarez was super fun 2 years ago when he was just scoring a lot. Before that, obviously, I was campaigning for Campana to do something with his career, but that didn't really seem to work out. And now we have Birdie, who is a notorious CONCACAF striker, and he hasn't really gotten off the blocks just yet. So I'm just waiting to see the hype actually come to fruition, and I'm getting a little impatient about it, but I do think it's coming. I think it's difficult with our system. I mean, we have Messi, who obviously attracts a lot of attention, and the striker oftentimes is just tasked with pulling defense away, and that sometimes means that you're just completely covered, and there's just space now for Messi, Segovia, Silvetti, Allende, all these other players to run into. So it's an interesting role, and I'm curious to see how he deals with it to eventually become productive. And that's, I think, what is going to take a lot of time to sort of adjust to. So it'll definitely be interesting to watch. But I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried because outside of that play, he didn't do anything.
He didn't. No.
Well, it's like Chris said, though, and like you're saying, Julio. Ultimately, it's we've seen this before with new signings that they have to kind of gel with the team, and it takes a little bit to get them going, especially on offense. Because on in the defense, we're a little bit like, okay, like ultimately you just have to get in front of the guy and take the ball away, right? But when it gets to in this stage, we're like, okay, we're kind of hoping that these guys gel, that they understand where they're going to be. Like you mentioned the sideline play with Michael and Silvetti that they just dropped it there. He thought that they both thought they were going to do something different, and it was a turnover, and they just looked at each other like just pissed off. But it's
the turnovers were very ugly today. There was multiple. Obviously, one of them led to the goal and all that, but the turnovers were pretty consistent all match long. And again, it is early. There's new players out there and all of that, but yeah, the turnovers, we've seen them bite us in the butt plenty of times for goals. So it's not very fun to see that right now at this team. So
it's not appealing to the eyes at all. Yeah. But they do look very much like mistakes that are made when you don't know where your teammate is, and when you don't sort of have that read, where you subconsciously are like, okay, if I put the ball over there, Messi's going to be there. But if I put the ball there, I don't know if Mora's going to be there. And I feel like that's what caught DePaul on that first the first goal that Orlando scored, is he passed to a space where really no one was, and then Orlando took it back the other way and capitalized, which is very similar to what happened last week against LAFC for the opening goal, if I'm not mistaken, as well. But yeah, Jose, are you up to snuff and ready to get in the groove of best and worst, least and most?
Let me pull it up because it kind of froze on me.
Oh my god, what's going on?
Early season blues over here.
It's obvious. The first show of the season for this
guy. We need gel. We still need to gel.
Unbelievable. We need to gel as well.
Yeah. Well,
while he does that, you guys want to talk about St. Clair a little bit, because talk about hot and cold, right? Lots of cold.
Yeah. Well, I think he should have saved the first one. I think I mentioned that already. He gets a hand to it. It's just not strong enough. But then, very similar to the flow of the game, the second half, he makes some really key saves. Yeah. One ball could have gone into the back of the net, and he would have been absolutely cooked.
The one that hit the post.
Yep.
Yeah, the little dribble to the far
post. He just watched it.
Oh, he got flat-footed.
He didn't even budge. He was just like,
he got completely flat-footed. But yeah, second half was better from St. Clair, and again, positionally, I think he does super well. Dave mentioned it last week. His passing ability, you really see the footwork. There was a lot of plays tonight where Orlando was pressing St. Clair specifically, and he was dribbling around to open up passing lanes. And I think that is a significant improvement over any of the goalkeepers we've had since we started doing this.
Yeah, his position.
He's the best goalkeeper we've ever had on this team.
Yeah, his positioning was great on to me, the best stop of the match was the one that they tried going far post and he blocked it with his foot. I thought that was going to be a goal, but his positioning was spot on. He made the attacker only go to one spot, and he was able to block it. So it's nice to see. Again, gel, the new team. I think he'll get in his. But yeah, I agree. He should have stopped that first one though.
Yeah, and that's a big thing. Even last week, I was saying positionally, you can see a different sort of cut compared to like Drake Callender, Wustadi, Rios Novo. You see the way he sort of positions his body in relation to where the attacker's coming from. And even tonight, when he made that big save, he didn't cheat too far to one side too early. And because he did that, he was able to adjust. And I think it was a kick save.
Yeah.
He was able to save a shot that would otherwise have gone in. So yeah, I'm super excited to have that position be just more consistent. He can get to a higher level of form. But yeah, having consistent goalkeeper play, I mean, what a delight compared to what we've had in the past, because I mean, we went from Mustadi's like, oh, he's pretty good, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, Rios Novo, we don't think is very good, but all of a sudden he's better than Mustadi, and that in and of itself is like a flawed argument. So it's nice to have that position locked down, in my opinion.
Definitely.
I think Jose's ready for us, so let's get into it.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
And now it's time for Jose's most and least of the match, presented by SofaScore.
Yeah, so it's about that time. Man of the match. Who do you guys got?
I'm gonna go Segovia. A goal and 2 assists.
Segovia had 8.2. Like he had two goals and two assists, 1 goal.
We're doing our usual no Messi, right?
Right.
No, why not?
I'm gonna go with Cibetti, even though I don't think he was rated the man of the match. I think he provided the biggest spark to the team coming off the bench, and yeah, that's my man of the match.
I'm
gonna go with Rodrigo De Paul, just for the fact that he handled the ball so much and was able to distribute the ball. I know he had a couple blunders, but I mean, nobody's perfect out there, and that's gonna make him rate relatively high.
So Rodrigo De Paul had a 6.4. His yellow probably brought him back down.
Oh, I forgot about that stupid yellow. Yeah,
but yeah, he didn't. He's more least of the match according to SofaScore. But Silvetti
sometimes can be good.
Yeah, Silvetti was the 3rd best rated after Messi and Segovia. He had a 7.7, which some would argue that was probably the guy that changed the game. So
he only played a half, so it's pretty good.
Agreed. That guy, he was on it, man.
He scored the first goal of the season for us. He showed us the ball
what a
hitting
goal.
the back of the net.
What a goal, by the way.
It's balls. That's all I can tell you. Balls. Silvetti, balls. Rodrigo De Paul, what I can say about him, Dave, I like the pick because I still felt like he was dealing passing wise. I felt like he was, although he had that blunder where he literally just gave up a goal and then just had a horrible defense after that. It ended up having a goal after a turnover. But I felt like he was getting into rhythm, and once he got into rhythm, the offense got into a flow once they got Silvetti in, and I feel like all that just helped.
A lot of the chances that we didn't actually capitalize on were created because of passes from Rodrigo De Paul. He put the ball in dangerous spots offensively, and for whatever reason, it didn't work out. Like, it didn't end up in a goal. But that's all you can ask for is doing your job so that you're setting somebody else up to finish the job. So as far as that's concerned, I liked what he did. I think the yellow card probably hurt him quite a bit. And it was an unnecessary yellow card. It was just for him yapping at the opponents a little bit too much, and kind of calls back to the Jordi Alba yellows, where you got to kind of avoid those, because you're going to get yellows throughout the season. There's no need to pick up dumb ones like that, because the accumulative effect is going to hurt us.
But to that end, he also earned a couple Orlando players getting yellow cards because of tackles that he got, people getting frustrated and bumping. He was getting beat up at the end of the game, but nothing came from that. But I generally agree. I hate those just like dissent and just for yapping getting a yellow card. It's so unnecessary, and it puts you in such an awkward position.
I will say, again, it's still early in the season, but I do want to see more of the DePaul that we saw in the playoffs, because that was nice. So what we've seen so far, I get it. He did facilitate a lot. he did a lot of stuff, but you also don't want to see a guy of that caliber making the mistakes that he made tonight. One costing us a goal. So, he played pretty well, but I think that's really why the rating took a hit. Besides the yellow, is those mistakes that you really shouldn't be seeing from him.
But I'm curious to see if maybe having Birdie in there, maybe he's also like, remember when he was at his best last year? What was he doing? He was crashing. He was trying to get behind the defense. He was trying to make plays, right? Because nobody else was doing it. And I don't know, maybe he's kind of like trying to like take a little back seat to Birdie and say, okay, well, he's got the reins right now. He's a $15 million man. This guy's, I don't know how he plays. Does he want me to go in? Is he going to do it? I mean, maybe it has a little bit to do with this as well. My man of the match, I never said it. I would say Macherano. We always, honestly, like we're very critical of all the managers that have crossed through here, and him no exception, right? We questioned it last year if winning at the end, if that still made us have a good season because we didn't win the Supporter Shield and we got bounced off of the other tournaments. So it's like from 5 trophies we got 2, I think it was, or 1, just 1, right?
1.
So we thought
a fake one that no one counts.
So we thought to ourselves, okay, did he have a bad season, right? So I loved what he did today. Ultimately, we played to win the game. And we were down 2-0. We needed a spark. He took on Noah Allen, which I think everybody saw that guy was struggling on the left back spot today. And it was just a bad matchup for him, but he wasn't doing it for me either. So I'm glad he shook things up. And hey, we got a hell of a result, and it's because of that substitution, that timely substitution.
And it's the second week in a row he makes a halftime change, which is something we didn't see last year. Like, it was always late substitutions.
We were always mad about that, right? That he just never reacted.
To me, it's if you see something that's going horribly wrong, it was just the wrong pick for today's match, whether it's a matchup issue or something else is going on, make the change. Like, you don't need to wait to the 65th, 70th minute to make a substitution. Make a change and change the path that this game is progressing towards. And that's exactly what happened with the introduction of Silvetti. So, yeah, I agree with you, Jose. I think he deserves a lot of credit. And I can go for it. Go for the wins. You're down 2. It doesn't matter. I mean, I guess it does matter if you lose by more than that. But go for it. At this stage in the season, it's so early. You got to see what works with this team. There's a lot of good players.
It's a new team. We don't know what we're going to get out of each of these players. Let's just put them at the, let's go balls to the wall and see what the hell we get out of it. And I loved it. Balls.
Least of the match.
What do you guys got? I hope if you pick 3 of them, if you pick something else other than the ones that I got, I'm just going to lie and give a random rating. So go ahead.
I got Birdie.
I got Noah Allen.
I'm going with Muda. No, none of us are right.
No, they were right. You were wrong.
Oh, okay. I thought he played horribly.
Oh, Birdie was 6.2. Absolutely, I think, but I'm giving him a pass still. Although I'm a cautious pass. It's like a yes, but not. I don't know. I don't know what to do with it yet.
Honeymoon period. It's the honeymoon period.
So Noah Allen definitely 6.1. He got out of there. I said, he
got the vaudevillain hook.
Yeah, ever since he stepped off the pitch, we did way better. I don't know to say it's very sad for him. I like Noah Allen, homegrown guy. The moment he got off the pitch, we did way better.
He's not.
We've seen him at left back. He's not
we
Captain
know
Allen.
What happens. He's back to being number 32.
He's just 32.
Who are you, 32?
Yeah, he's a center back.
Remember that?
Those days. I remember I was like, who's 32? Why is he playing?
Get that child off the pitch.
I'm just gonna assume that Chris said Allende. It was a 6.4, and I agree with you, Chris. He had a horrible game, and I think he was affected by Birdie a little bit. And I think I'm curious to see how we reconcile like all these new faces and just how it's gonna how we're gonna make it on mesh. With Mascherano now doing a little tweaks, who knows?
Well, Allende played like Allende was playing when he was in that position last season before Luis Suarez got benched and all that stuff. That's what we saw again, right?
It was not playoff Allende.
playoff Allende, but I mean, he wasn't the guy up top today, and
Good point.
we saw exactly what he is. So it's gonna be interesting to see what he does with Birdie out there.
He had a very Robert Taylor match, right?
Sure.
I think he plays like Robert Taylor when he's on the wings, which is what Chris is saying. Like, we're basically, if maybe he was where Birdie is, maybe he might, he already knows what's expected. He already has done well at that spot. Maybe that could be part of the problem. And part of the problem, what we know what he's capable of, right? That's why we're saying that. Seeing how he went on a tear in the playoffs, it's a different position now.
Yeah, what was my picks rating? You never told me.
6.6.
So I wasn't that far off. Jesus.
God damn it, Chris.
You don't get the show.
You don't get the show.
I'm confused. I made it up, Chris. I already
told you. He told you he was gonna make it up.
It switched up on me again for some reason. So the score's like doing a bunch of different like advertisements, and that's it. I'm done. I got my 3 and I left.
I'm very ashamed of you.
Very early season.
It's not what we pay you the big bucks for,
It's true.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had 2 moments where Mikael did the thing that I like center backs doing, which is give extra effort and also pump up the supporters. And
the bully ball at the end.
Well, the play that was the corner where Dorsey was gonna let the ball roll out, and he sprinted from the penalty box to get it,
and got a corner and won another corner.
And won a corner.
Absolutely.
And then the other play was after we went up. It might have been before the Messi goal to make it 4-2, or it might have been right after that. But he made a play on the defensive side where he won a throw in, and then he like pumped up the crowd. But it was a very good tackle to sort of force that change of possession. And I'm like, oh, I like that. I like that energy. It was very Kamal Miller-esque type energy. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of that. So he's ingratiating himself with me.
Imagine him at home.
Oof.
Give it to me.
Chills. So yeah, I just wanted to comment on that.
Because I agree.
This is good. Like when you have defenders that have personality, I think it does play a little bit into the mentality of opposition. I think that can get into their heads, and also when you do have home field, I think that plays a huge role when you have those plays that are just, they're small moments, but they can really make a big impact. I mean, again, going back to Birdie just having a fairly innocuous header, but it was a header that otherwise would have resulted in us losing the ball. He makes that header and it turns into him then making a play, dribbling past the defender, playing it across, and then getting to Segovia. So I really appreciated his effort.
I just want to put up this picture because I thought it was hilarious when they put it up.
Careful. No.
This one. It's nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. So this is all of the Orlando fans taking their phones out to watch Messi do his take his free kick. I thought it was hilarious because all the crap that Orlando fans talk about Messi and pay, not bought, not pay, or what is it, bought, not whatever the hell they say.
Built, not bought.
Yeah, whatever that, all that nonsense. And then we see this on there. So I just thought it was really funny.
Why is that interesting? I don't know. Pontificate further. Why is that interesting?
I mean, I just literally just said why it's interesting. They're all talking about Messi. They don't like Messi. They don't like that we pay him so much and all that stuff. And they're all taking out their phones. Yeah.
They're saying "F you, Miami." I agree.
I like
the one person on the
guy
right.
bottom right. Guy bottom right.
Yeah. For anyone listening on Spotify or anything, we're putting a picture up. We're putting a picture up. It's we have it. I put it on Instagram too. If anyone wants to watch it or see it, that's not watching YouTube.
Yeah. Did they not count the Messi assist like he said at the end?
What assist?
I don't think he assisted.
The one to that he hit it back to Segovia.
Segovia hit it to him. Like Messi's first goal was from Segovia.
No, the last one.
The last one was a free kick.
Free kick.
Oh, okay. No,
The other one that Segovia scored, Birdie played it across, and I thought the defender made a half-hearted clearance attempt, and then it found it.
Okay. I thought they had gone to Messi, and then
I think the defender tried clearing it, and it bounced to Segovia. That's how I saw it. I haven't rewatched obviously the highlights because we went live immediately after the game, but that's how I sort of.
So that may be what happened.
That.
Maybe it was a clear out, and
Yeah.
went right into our line.
I just watched it. It was a defender hit it to him.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a Messi.
Which that free kick we haven't talked about at all. It's just crazy how like we're just used to this already. Isn't it crazy? Like we're just like
It wasn't even his best free kick.
We're,
It was
we're
just,
minute 35. Yeah, but Dave, like
I know it's a long time since he scored a direct free kick.
mm-hmm.
Huh?
It had been a long time.
Yeah.
Towards the back half of the last season, we're like, will this be like this would be such a good time for him to finally get back on track. But it's nice to get one of those.
Yeah, so beautiful. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that first goal, I feel like it felt like a delay for the goalkeeper. I felt like he just really just played it pretty bad, terribly. But at the same time, I felt like he was like, there's no way he's gonna shoot it. There's no way.
Messi's first goal?
No, Savetti.
He just fired it away from way outside the box. You love that. I think that's the thing I pound the table for the most is in this group is like you gotta be able to fire from outside the box because if not, you just get these condensed freaking boxes and it's terrible.
Things like
in general,
where all of a sudden they weren't expecting it because we were not trying.
Yeah,
they came on in the second half doing exactly what you said. They clogged the box. I mean, there was at one point like 9 people in there. So what's the best way to do it? They did, thank God.
Well, because the alternative is the first Messi goal, where you're doing basically misdirection, and Messi takes the ball from Segovia. It was hardly an assist, but Messi takes the ball from Segovia, and then has to fire it like across through a very narrow channel that, to like the naked eye, doesn't even appear to be there. It's the long shot is such a help for unclogging clogged boxes.
And also the I think it was Rodrigo de Paul that passed it in. It was an offsides to Messi.
Yeah.
And what a beautiful kick that he just like kicked it at Messi, and Messi's like, I don't do this. And he just like I don't know what he did, but
the keeper saved it. Yeah, the keeper saved. I know exactly which one you're talking about. To redirect the ball. Exactly. I mean, it was the bottom corner.
Perfect. You saw it. It was gonna go in.
Yeah. It was like gonna go in millimeter perfect. But yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Has a good future.
What did you say?
He has a good future ahead of him.
That's what I thought you said.
That's what he told the Orlando City fans that were taking pictures after saying overrated.
Yeah. Or Ojeda after the game. You see that they're having a fierce conversation.
Fierce.
Heated.
Did you see the broadcast said, I expect Ojeda to do this in a rivalry.
He said because he celebrated in front
of the wall. I was like,
what wall? All the people who were taking pictures of Messi? That wall?
Yeah, that wall. The wall of iPhones. It was the wall of iPhones that was flashing every time he would touch the ball.
He saw them with the cameras. He was just celebrating with them. That's all.
It's hilarious.
All right, so next up is DC United. Of course, we're away again. And
we should
how's
put
DC doing right now?
That picture that Chris had of all the iPhones up, just to really piss people off and just tweet it out. The wall of iPhones.
Wall of iPhones.
I mean, it's on Instagram. I didn't say wall of iPhones. I'm sorry.
It's much more like annoying to them. You know?
So DC United have the same record as us. They lost 1-0 today, I believe. And then they won 1-0 against Philadelphia last week. So we'll see. All the clubs in the league are sort of learning about themselves. So we'll see what we learn with Inter Miami next week.
There's only
anybody you guys are specifically excited about
for Inter Miami.
Yeah.
Well, okay. For us to like watching play against us.
I don't know.
I mean,
Red
I just
Bull-
want to see. I want to see more of Birdie integrating himself. I've liked Mora so far, even though I think I'm just comparing him to Chelo. So I've liked him better than Chelo. I like him less than Frey. I'm curious to see if Frey gets reintegrated into the starting lineup or into the game at all because he didn't make a substitute appearance tonight. So I'd be curious if he gets back into the game because he had an awful match last week.
And Mura played well last week, and this week he didn't do what he did last
very
week.
average.
Yeah,
6.5 by the way. I looked it up. So
I was very close.
Jose gave him an extra point there. Yeah,
that's right.
Great, I had to look it up.
Of course I did. I wasn't going to let you get away with that. The only team that's won both of their games in the East is Red Bull with 6 points.
Yeah.
The West looks a lot better right now.
Yep.
San Diego 6 points, San Jose, LAFC, and Vancouver all have 6 points. But in the East, it's only Red Bull.
Vancouver was fun last year.
Yeah, they were.
I'm expecting
fun when we beat them.
Oh, correct.
Now when they kicked us out of the CONCACAF Champions Cup.
Correct. What are we doing here?
I don't know. Showing off paraphernalia.
I should have put it on the TV over there.
You should have. Actually, there.
Highlights.
So we can get copyright strike.
Yeah,
not again.
All right, guys. So moving forward, just for the sake of consistency, we've decided as a show that we are going to be doing our shows Sunday evenings, regardless of whether there's an Inter Miami match or not on Sunday. So we will be live next Sunday rather than the Saturday evening after the match. So if you don't see us live immediately following the match against DC United, that is why we will be live Sunday evenings moving forward. That way you guys always know when to expect content from us. And I think that's just for the betterment and the sake of consistency. So we thank you guys for joining us on the Heron Heads podcast, your first stop for all things Inter Miami. And we'll catch you next week. Bye.